the entire crypto market shows a little bit of mixed day right now. We have some moving higher, but most of them still consolidating. But if you step back for a weekly, that's even better. A lot of them are in green, and then again for a monthly, you get this average 30%, 40% upside, with some of them even going up to 300, 150. That's not bad. Right now, you're looking for Bitcoin, Ether, and XRP, where you're comparing XRP with these. And you can see like, okay, they are holding 23K, Bitcoin is holding 23K. That is not a bad thing. Now, one of the important stuff which I want to put perspective into is this one. What you're observing is gold versus Bitcoin. Now, when you compare these two, you kind of get a little bit more better picture of what the market is doing. Now here, if you add dollar into that same formula, you now get a little bit more clarity. You kind of go like, okay, I understand that, right? So it kind of gives you more clarity on the entire stuff. So now you're going to look at like, this is Tesla stock. So you are like, okay, fine, that's Tesla. This is US dollar. So it kind of shows you like, okay, dollar went up into a consolidation area. Now it broke higher. So it seems on a short term, it may have a retest. But on medium to long term, maybe next 6 to 12 months, it may go higher, test this all-time highs. Now that's not a good story for a lot of emerging markets and the stock markets too. But the question is, when we do this retest, how long it will take for the retest, because this was the accumulation range and this was the reaccumulation range. So both of these took a long time. So if you are going to do a little bit more like 3 months of consolidation here, which is not a long period of time considering dollar, right? That is going to give you that leverage in markets to move back high. So it'll be the stock markets bouncing. So you are at the verge of a breakout here. If you get that breakout, you may even continue a little bit higher, kick a lot of guys out who are shorting the market right now. But this is a resistance. So you don't go buy at a resistance. Usually you buy at a support, as we've been calling before. Right now, either take profit if you're trading or completely move out, because if you zoom back out on a monthly, you see kind of like a bubble. So you want to look at the market rationally. You want to ask that question like, okay, what is possible and what will make you profit? Because if you're going the opposite route, it's going to hurt you, not allowing you to take profits or to make profits, right? So this market is right now showing good signs on a short-term basis towards medium to long-term basis. But yes, that can be short-lived if the dollar goes parabolic. So when you're looking at this, you're also looking for the volume, and you definitely do get that understanding. Like, okay, a lot of coins are still having a lot of volume, like Bitcoin, Ether, compared to last week, but not compared to the peaks which we had before. So now if you're looking at Tether, that's a lot of money waiting to come back in. If they were really going out of the market, they wouldn't be staying in a stable coin. They would be going somewhere else. Like if you are putting that perspective here, now you do have a lot of assets moving, right? We just saw this as an opportunity, and some of them are getting close to next resistance. So maybe another 10-15% they hit a resistance. So that should be an area where you should be asking yourself, should I take profit? Right? There will be assets which move higher. Right now you can see Quant, Filecoin, SNX and others slowly grinding up, and on last 1 week, a lot of them doing similar moves. Now, if you are in this market and you are looking for like, okay, I'm an XRP guy, fine. You're zooming in on XRP, you're looking at a daily chart of XRP, you do look at it like, okay, we have the MACD slowly trying to cross back to the downside. So that is a picture showing you a little bit of correction. Then you kind of go into a 3-day chart to see, okay, is that really going to be the medium term case? Now, this one shows the opposite. No, it is not. You are actually trying to break higher. You are at a resistance. We do agree on that one. But as you break through this, that's when you're going to get more momentum. Now, this is this technical side of this. Now, when you actually put the fundamental side to this, that actually makes a lot of sense. If you've been through this, if you have seen this, that's okay. If not, make sure you understand what these matters. This actually means a lot for the common human being who is out there right now. Because there is a lot of stuff which are going to impact your life. In next 6 months to 18 months, this is going to play a huge role as all of this unrolls. So stick till the end, we'll discuss through this. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. Now, we are trying to put our video every day so you know what the market is doing and you get the sense of it. As I've been moving, there was some delay in between, but thankfully, you guys are still there in the market and the market did not do anything crazy, whether to the upside or to the downside. Now, break this down, right? That's one of the important points. Now, Charlie is highlighting one key point here. Now, you may have a different opinion on this one, but if you are looking at this, you need to look at how much it is impacting you. The average family health insurance premium has more than tripled. Now, one thing you need to make sure is that right now, if you go listen to someone who is running an insurance firm, you will get that right perspective from them. What's happening? That's so bad. You need to make this research, find 10-20 minutes at least, and for next 1 week, you can look like, okay, what is happening there? Who's claiming all this insurance so that the insurance companies now have to put more premium on this? What type of individuals? Men, women, at what age, after what? This is so bad. Now, I'm not going to go into the conspiracy theory, but this is literally happening in and around you. Maybe someone you know, maybe your friend, family, or anyone close to you. That still is a possibility. Now, that happening on one area is like, okay, you have to spend more money on your health cost. And on the other aisle of this, it's now really the next pandemic here. 7.7% of US homes for sale cut the asking price. That just means now we are not looking for that extended overpriced market. You are looking for a market not just cooling off, but slowly showing that signs of it's dropping into a bear market. Now that does show you a lot of stuff because in between you had a mania for buying house. People were running into this market without understanding that this is a market cycle top and it's at least close to that. Maybe you're 6 months away from it. Maybe you're 1 month away from it. A lot of people jumped into this market. Now, a house is one of the biggest investment a human being makes. And if you are not taking a wise decision on that one, it can kind of hammer you in many different ways. Now, if you put these together, that's like one, your health itself is ruining and you're spending more money on that. And the other side, if you're trying to hold on to your house, which you purchased in last 1.5 year, that's going to be like the interest rates are going up. You're paying much more than you intended for a house which is way worth less than what you bought for. So now this is a mentally unstable area where if you're looking for 20 years, you may drop, then you may slowly come back up. But how many of them have that guts to go through this? So make sure you have some safe havens. Reserve banks are adding gold like crazy. Now, why do you think they are doing that? Now, this is the highest monthly purchase, right? So they are doing that like within last 1 year. They're now ramping it up. Now, why do they do that? Because they completely understand that they need some kind of monetary base as you move in to a different one, because we are observing like even Turkey is going on to BRICS. Their inflation is through the skies, so they are trying to move out into a new system. Now, when all of this macro scenario is unveiling in front of you, you need to ask that question, okay, you can have a safe haven asset. That can be gold. Most likely, it's going to trend higher from here. Now, that's just my thoughts based on what we see here in the support. So you may actually go back up, test this resistance. But the opposite for the same is like, okay, you may have a double top here. So if you break this bottom or the base, now we are going much lower. But most likely scenario here is that the gold continues to the upside. So you made first top mid 2020 and the next one close this year, early this year. And if you are going back up, that will be the most likely scenario there, where crypto market is rotating back up. The markets are slowly going to come back up. Just Fed should not be putting that hammer, right? Most likely they're going to come with that those hammer here, but you need to make sure like what they do is also in line with what's happening. Now they will look at the job numbers and say the economy is good, but the economy is not, because the GDP has been going down 2 quarters. So that means you have a lot more people coming into the workforce, but you don't have that overall productivity. So that does mean like either a lazy new population of employees who just take in the wages but doesn't put that productivity out, or it's just wrong numbers. You need to see what's happening. Now, when you talk about this and then talk about the investment opportunities, that's when you see there is a problem which is existing in the traditional finance. And this is clearly highlighted, right? You want to send $1,000 and receive $1,000 at the other end. Your fee goes all the way up to $140, $150. Now that's in no way acceptable. Even online bank account transfer, they're showing like $20. So if you go for a fintech, which is, partnered with Ripple, you are literally going to do that for $2. So even at the lowest end, you're cutting 90% of the fee with this technology. And that's when you come onto this one and see like, okay, there's a lot of connections. Whether it's direct, indirect, you still see a lot more connections with this particular asset. Now, I'm not saying you imagine a price like $10,000 XRP, $50,000 XRP. It can be possible at one point in time, but I'm not sure. But at least from this point right now, looking at the supply, looking at the demand, and how the asset price is going, with the level of competitors entering the market. So you do have this. Now, if you remember Quant, we were talking about Quant from when $5 when it was worth. Now, even after the heavy drop, it's like $110, right? Yeah, it went to $70, $80, but now it's around $110, $120. So keeping that in mind, you do have Quant, you do have XDC, you do have XLM. So this space, you are getting competitors. Now, that's actually great, because at that point, you're trying to improve your product to stand out and lead the market. And Ripple is doing exactly that. In this current of market, the situation is not that great. We agree that a lot of companies are going bust and they don't have the proper reserves, and a lot of them may over leverage. They are being kicked out from the market. You see this happening. Why? The leaders there had a long-term thought process. They were never looking for the short-term stuff. And this gives you advantage over the market. And that is something really great. So as of now, when you see that the use case expanding, it's like on a daily basis now, almost like a daily, weekly, monthly basis. You get something for this. On-demand liquidity, XRP being used. So the use case of this particular asset is increasing so much. And just one country saying this can be a security kind of make no sense for a majority of the world. But you need to see how that unveils. But right now, one of these statements here really makes sense, right? Now, it's not only for Quant, it actually goes for all these assets, payment tokens, which I just mentioned, including HBAR. most big financial service institutions have 2 to 3 year strategy to digitize every type of instrument. Can be an asset, can be stock, can be security. So all they are looking at is tokenization. Now, if you're not sure about tokenization on XRP Ledger, you need to have a look at that. Then now the market gets extended. The NFT market, all of these are still there. But the key idea is the value of exchange, the means of payment. So right now, when you're looking at the fundamentals and then coming on to this, you do get that understanding. Okay, here gold is trending down and then making a base, but by that time crypto is slowly moving back up. Gold was still in an accumulation phase, but the cryptocurrency market just took off, hit a top. Now that was like 100x, 86x I think Bitcoin did in that cycle. So now when you're looking at the same question, yes, gold and crypto market went up kind of together, and gold started correcting. Now, when gold is making this bottom, and if it is going to retest this level of 2000, most likely you're going to see a retest in the crypto markets too. So to get a perspective, now we are adding on dollar. Fine. Last time when dollar did this run up, yes, crypto market went lower. Then dollar entered into a range of accumulation or distributional phase where you actually get a spring event and then you go back down. Fine. Right now, you're entering a territory where you really don't know what dollar is going to do. It may actually even go into a bubble territory like this, a blow off the top. But before that, you need to see this range of distribution. So you need to make a base, which would most likely be here, which is the previous high here and then the support here. So that drop in dollar would be like this, the first half here, right? And that literally leads out to the market, meaning the money is moving out of the dollar, slowly going in, because if you have dollars kept aside, because the value of dollar is going up, and at one point you kind of understand like, okay, dollar is slowing down. Now you take that and move into different assets. And that is what you're observing here. Dollar is slowing down and crypto was also slowing down. The difference is dollar slowed down after going up, crypto slowed down after going down. Then that's the reversal point where the market slowly reverses. So here, if dollar is trying to do that reversal, crypto is going to take off. Now, at that point, you now come to your asset. You look at that. This is a monthly chart of XRP, kind of a zoom out view. And here you ask that question. Okay, one thing you easily understand is each time the monkey jumps to the upside, the price goes parabolic. You come back lower to a new base. Then the monkey jumps again. Now we come back to a new base. So every time you make a new base, you bounce from there. And right now on a monthly, you got a green candle. And we are just in the next one. So you are looking for a weekly close to come in next 24 hours. And then see a follow up. So right now on a 3-day chart, you're looking like, okay, it is slowing down after the break of this moving average. And on a daily, you're still waiting for this to retest the moving average, which we are doing right now. And a daily and a weekly close coming in next 24 hours should give you that idea of what the market is trying to illustrate. Now, as we speak on this, we actually look at Ether. We talked about this from some time. And if you are looking for Ether right now, this is kind of a base. You had a resistance before, you got rejected, you came back to the 21-day moving average, then you bounced, broke this resistance. Right now, you're retesting both the resistance turned support and the 21-day moving average. So you getting a bounce here is really important, but the RSI is showing you that it is slowing down. But getting a breakout here on the RSI to the upside is one thing which we all want in crypto market. Now, yes, the MACD is showing it can cross to the downside on a daily, but when you go to a 3-day chart, it is moving to the upside. It crossed to the upside, it is moving to the upside. Now, we do have to look at the weekly and say, okay, this is just starting to cross. Next candle as we open, need to have some momentum. so that we can continue back to the upside, testing this moving average. So for Ether, if that means $2,200 worth of Ether, for BTC, that does mean around $29,000 to $30,000 Bitcoin. So Ether and Bitcoin moving back to this range kind of gives you that one narrative for XRP2. Like the market moves together. So that means close to 0.5. Now we been waiting for this from at least a couple of months. The market has been slow, but looking at the base which we are making here, that does look great. Now, this is the range of consolidation you are observing here. You actually came to the downside. You broke this level. You consolidated there. Now we are breaking back up. So you making a reaccumulation here and then moving back to the 0.5 range is the bullish stuff. So you are looking for this consolidation and a break to the upside. Now, you do have to get the breakout in the MACD and the RSI. We are close to having one right now, but you need more volume coming into the market. You're getting resisted each time you go up, and right now it won't be different. But if the price breaks higher with a little bit of increase in volume on a daily at least, that signals you like, okay, we are slowly breaking back to the upside, which is bullish. So as you see, this is slow. We all understand XRP is slow until it actually goes euphoric one day, and we don't know when that one day is going to come. And if you're still in this asset waiting for that run up, that's actually cool. That's actually fine. But in the meantime, you do have this market where you have a lot of opportunities. So if you are looking for these opportunities to take that benefit for your portfolio, taking that does mean understanding which asset is about to break higher, which asset is about to run higher. Now we've been doing that for some time and we are like, okay, that's fine. This market is running. So if you want that kind of update, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below. So that's it, guys. If you received value for your time, please do hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done that already. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.